Bradshaw, no. Sorry, y'all. I'm pulling them up on Pro Football Reference. Terry Bradshaw for his career. He got 27,000 passing yards. He played from 1970 to 1983. That's 13 full seasons. Some of those seasons were 13, 14 game seasons. So I'm not going to really hate him. Really, he only played one game when he was age 35. Now, the people of his day, he got 27,000. We'll give him. I'm gonna round up 20,000, 27, 28,000 passing yards, and he has 212 touchdowns and 210 interceptions. Now, I do understand that this was a different age, but that's why I'm gonna go to some of the people of his day. See, it wouldn't be fair to stack him up against some people as they now. Jim Plunkett isn't half as revered as Terry, and he played on one of the shittiest teams ever, and he got the same type of numbers: 26,000 yards, 164 touchdowns, 198 interceptions, and he played on one of the shittiest teams in the history of the world. The New England Patriots. He finished his career winning 2 Super Bowls with the Raiders. Nobody talk about him for MVP. I mean, for Hall of Fame. No one. Hey, you know what? Let's go with somebody who's not even in the Hall of Fame. Ron Jaworski. Ron Jaworski got 28,100 yards. And he got 164 touchdowns. Nobody talking about him making the Hall of Fame. Nobody. Nobody in the world. 179 touchdowns, 164 interceptions. Now, let's go look at some of these dudes who did make the Hall of Fame during that run that Terry Bradshaw punk ass is on. And yes, it is personal. Yup, it's personal. Let's go with Roger Staubach, because the reason I want to go with Roger's career was cut short due to concussions. So they had concussions back then too. I know that they lead you to believe that the first dude was with a concussion died or something like that. You know, they don't want you to realize that people been retiring due to the head trauma for years. I'm looking them up right now. That's why I need an assistant. Anybody, I'm paying nothing. If anybody want to be a production assistant. Great benefits though. The benefit is you get to hear the show live. But like I was saying, you know, you got people like Terry Bradshaw, and he talking this nonsense. Now, Roger Staubach, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Bona fide Hall of Famer. Career cut short due to injuries and things of that nature. Now, career cut short due to being in the military and concussion protocol. Now, his first 2 years, he didn't even start for 6 games. Then 1 game in 3 games. Then his third year in the league, he didn't start any games. Now, so that's 1, 2, 3. Terry played 13, started 12. Last year, I'm not going to count, I'm not going to hold that against him. And he still ended up with 22,000 yards, 5,000 behind Terry, 22,700, which is 23, 5,000 behind Terry, 153 touchdowns, 50 behind Terry, and 60 interceptions behind Terry. That's what a Hall of Fame is. Now, he didn't win all the Super Bowls like 6-time Pro Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl champion. So, this is a dude who, if you ask me, that's what a Hall of Famer looks like. Less touchdowns, less interceptions than touchdowns. Consistently has a team in the playoffs. Once they gave you the reins to the team, you took off. 7 seasons in the top 10. Let me see, awards. Player of the Year, 1971. Super Bowl MVP, 1971. Man of the Year, 1978. Hall of Fame. 1970. 6 Pro Bowls. So he played 7 years. He started. Let me see, how many years did he start? He started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years and made the Pro Bowl 7 times. That's what a Hall of Famer looks like if you want to talk about it. So, but back to Mike Tomlin. And is it the fact that why are we so critical of people like Mike Tomlin and players and things of that nature? Now, it could be that don't nobody ask these white players their opinions. And if they do give an opinion, it's immediately shoved. If it's not on the top of the list, or if it's not in accordance to what they want to hear, it's immediately swept under the rug. Why, I don't know. That I don't know. It's interesting, but I just don't know why. So that's just a question I have. Why is it? Why are we so hypercritical of the black players and the black coaches in the National Football League? It's just interesting to me. It seems to come off as a bit decisive. Decisive is the word I'm looking for. My last social issue is going to be this. No, it's not. No, it's not. I got another social issue, but I'm on to this. This segment is going to be the last one. My last social issue in regards to race, is this last one I'm talking about race, is Eric Dickerson. It's not even race. Eric Dickerson stepped up this week. Him and a coalition stepped up, and they made demands that the Pro Football Hall of Fame, NFL, and the Players Association, mind you, this is not an attack on the pro football. This is not a solo attack on the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is not a solo attack on the Players Association. This is not a solo attack on the NFL. Eric and his guys, they attacked all 3 entities because those 3 entities control football. Now, these are the people who you made the league on. The reason the NFL is where it is right now is because of Eric Dickerson and the Hall of Famers before him and the Hall of Famers after him. And a lot of these guys are in financial dire straits. I think they said there's 178 of these dudes living, and a lot of these dudes are financially struggling. And before people jump into that same old nonsense, well, if they messed up their money, that's on them, man. Y'all can't be responsible for their money. Man, they getting paid. A lot of these dudes were making millions and millions of dollars. Some of these dudes actually had to have jobs in the off season. So when you help build something and it turns successful, traditionally you'll set aside a little money on the back end, so as almost a reward for a job well done. If the people who helped put Ford on top, if they were still living, they'd still be getting a nice pension. The people who helped Chevy and Microsoft, as Steve Ballmer, billionaire. So this is what happens traditionally when you help bring something to prominence. So what they've made a demand of 3, allegedly, Eric kind of denied. He didn't deny the numbers, but he said he wasn't going to get into it. But he said those are not the numbers. But the reported numbers are $300,000 a year and health benefits. You got people like Shannon Sharp who stood behind him in regards to this. Other people like Kurt Warner, and Eric confirmed that Kurt Warner was not part of the board of directors. He just said he was down for the cause. Why is it that the general public is so easily swayed? Now, Eric said a lot of the reports that came out about him, like him crossing the picket line in 1987, is not true. That was some nonsense and all that stuff. And I know a lot of people sucked it up because it was hot on social media that day. It was hot on Twitter. Why is it that the general public is so easily swayed to turn against employees and take the side of millionaires? America allegedly is a town, man. We about union and we about making it fair and doing all this stuff. But the moment an employee that has more money than you makes a statement, you immediately take the side of the millionaire. Is it that's what you want to be? Is that something like, hey man, I really want to be like them, so I'm gonna take the side of them? Because you know what? If you think that's stupid, that's the same mentality that got you the president that you have. Because you believed that a rich man was going to give a damn about your broke ass. I'm just saying. But, even if you feel, man, let's just say hypothetically, you right. Man, they messed up all their money, blah, blah, blah. First and foremost, Bubba Smith said his pension was $250 a month. $250 per month. Nobody since the turn of the century can live off $250 a month. And the reason sacks are famous is because of Bubba Smith. The term sack was created by Bubba Smith. He was Bubba Smith, but he was making appearances being Bubba Smith. But why is it the NFL Players Association and the Pro Football Hall of Fame, why aren't they doing something to chip in? Because you know what they say, a Pro Football Hall of Fame t-shirts, sweatshirts, gear at all times. They sell the NFL gear at all times. And the Players Association, they kicking in and they're negotiating for percentage points every year so we can split up the revenue. A lot of people saying, well, why they only talking about the Hall of Famers? Anybody with anything that resembles common sense knows that they starting off with the Hall of Famers because those are the very old guys in a lot of cases that are struggling financially. And then you work your way down because the pension since 1993 is a lot better. It's better for the guys after 93. But why would you not want to help older people? If you got anything that resembles common sense, you realize that those guys weren't making millions of dollars back then. Hell, I can remember when $1 million was a lot of money when Magic Johnson got drafted in 1979. So if $1 million was an insane amount of money when I was born, what was they making before you? And this is what you need to be aware of. Why is it that MLB, NHL, and NBA provide health care to perpetuity? But one of the most physical sports, one of the most taxing physically sports, they're not offering that. And you got people like Shannon Sharp saying, I'm cool, get an older guy my cut. But then you got guys on the other side of the fence. This is what makes me realize that in a lot of these cases, cats like me, they call these dudes coons and sambos and gumbos, because Sambo and Gumbo killed Uncle Tom. Don't call nobody a Tom. It's actually a compliment. We're right. Because John Randall wanted to be part of the coalition, but he didn't want his name on the list. Eric Dickinson never threw Jerry Rice on the bus, but he let me know. You can read a reasonable man would infer that Jerry Rice behind closed doors is saying one thing, but he don't want Mr. Charlie mad at him. So this is why I make statements like I make when I call some of these dudes coons and sambos. Because if you scared to speak up about the man while the man is listening, then you a clown. But I just don't understand, man. Why is it? What the hell is with America and healthcare? And I know this show has been very little about actual sports and a whole lot about social and geopolitical situations. But this just has been on my damn mind, man. It's my damn show. What the hell is the issue with healthcare in this country? You don't want old people to live, man. I mean, I don't give a damn what era you grew up in. The greatest generation, the generation with all the biggest and fucking lynchings and shit. But it's just me, man. I believe if you're a child in the United States of America, you should get a free ride to everything. And if you're a senior in the United States of America, you get a free ride to everything. Because if you take care of the kids, they'll grow up to take care of the older people. And the older people took care of the kids, so they deserve a free ride. They need to have somebody take care of them. But, hey, man, y'all don't see it that way, and fuck y'all, man. If you don't see it that way, you fucking crazy. Because my mom, my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts, they took good care of me. And by the grace of God, if I'm able to, I'm going to take good care of them. You know what I mean? I did take care of my mother, God rest her soul. So, I just, now that I got that off my back, man, It's just, I listen to people.